Hi, this is Krishnan, and I'm glad to be on this program called Gazali. It's a little chat show that we're having this evening, and the topic that we're going to be chatting about is a subject called air conditioning. Well, air conditioning evokes a lot of things in a lot of people, and one of the simplest definition of air conditioning is that you take the heat from a place where you don't want it and put it outside where it is not objectionable. That's a very simple definition, and I want all of you to also understand that Time magazine actually voted air conditioning as one of the most important inventions of the last century. And this is a subject, though air conditioning touches all of us in a very definitive way, I think that people need to be made aware of what air conditioning and refrigeration is all about and how it impacts their life and how it touches their life on a day-to-day basis. And to help me in this, I have an old friend of mine with me. His name is Nirmal, and he is one of the leading design engineers in this country, and he's been in this business for decades. And I'd like to welcome Nirmal to the show. Hi, Nirmal.
Hi,
good to have you with us. Nirmal, I want to sit down and chat with you today about a couple of things to do with air conditioning. And since you happen to be in Goa, I thought it would be a good opportunity for us to sit and interact. The first thing that I want to ask you is, since you've been in this business for the last so many decades, how have you seen the industry evolve in the last couple of decades?
Yes. I used to say air conditioning is no longer a luxury. It's part and parcel of everybody's life. You have told about air conditioning. I would like to add a little on the ventilation. When you see a simple kitchen, we see the kitchen hoods. We have a refrigerator. So we call it as HVAC and R. Most probably, heating may not be in all parts of the country. So definitely ventilation is there very much, air conditioning is there very much, refrigeration is there. It's part and parcel of everybody's life.
So refrigeration is not just about the household refrigerators that we're talking about, or is there much more to refrigeration than just the refrigerator that we keep our food stuff in?
Yes, that is very much. You see any mall or any food store,
right?
They keep that,
all those display cabinets,
units,
wonderful.
freezer units,
right.
that
Absolutely.
all you see there. We pick up
Absolutely.
whatever the nice apples come from abroad,
right.
They showcase it.
Right.
So it is a good avenue for the refrigeration.
Right. So as you said, it's no longer being treated as a luxury. And here I want to put it in context for our audience. For example, I got into this industry way back in the 70s, and at that time the government used to actually tax us 184% of excise duty.
Yes.
And today I think it's about 10.36%. So obviously the government of India also feels that this is no longer a luxury, but a necessity to help us through our lives. And coming to that, I want to ask you also that while people say that air conditioning is a necessity, there's a lot of people who also talk about how air conditioning is imposing a big tax on people in terms of energy consumed, in terms of how it's affecting the global warming. So could you tell us a little bit about how air conditioning is actually impacting our lives, our future, and our environment?
See, mainly, as I was telling, is no longer luxury. When we see the ambient temperatures going up, it's almost become totally indispensable. At least even I come from Bangalore, few months in a year, earlier air conditioning was not required. Now air conditioning is a must. And you see, whether it may be a household air conditioner or an industrial plant, almost 50% of the power is consumed by air conditioning. As a rule of thumb, we can tell 1 ton of refrigeration, it will consume 1 unit per hour. So the running cost more than the first cost. Now, a lot of companies have started producing in masses. So you see air conditioning has become very, very affordable, irrespective of the excise duty. As the volume has gone up huge, it has become very affordable. So definitely, as we are telling, it's consuming a lot of power. There are a lot of star rating air conditioners.
So you're actually saying that the industry has woken up to the fact that in a built environment, the building consumes almost about 40 to 50% of the power is actually going for air conditioning. And so these companies are woken up. And what exactly have these companies done to make sure that the equipment that's made available to the common people are becoming more affordable and they're becoming more energy efficient?
See, as I was telling, as it's produced in masses,
right,
it has become very affordable.
Right.
It is also available in any of the small showrooms. We can buy the air conditioners. Right. And definitely, energy consumption, as I was telling, star rating is there. More than that, environment also companies are interested. CFC-free refrigerant, refrigerators, all air conditioning units we see. Because when the gas leaks, It's not supposed to leak. If the insulation is not good, gas leaks, it spoils the ozone layer. When the ozone layer is destroyed, ultraviolet infrared rays come in, which is harmful.
So when you talk about refrigerants, there are a couple of points that I have heard about, where people talk about various protocols, and they say that the move should be towards refrigerants which reduce the harm to the ozone layer, and it also reduces the global warming, and it should also not be flammable. So are there any other factors that you would look at, and is there a move by the industry to move towards more friendly refrigerants?
Definitely, whatever the 3 points you have told, that is what is more relevant. Next is, yes, cost also has to be seen. Unfortunately, there is no single refrigerant which meets all the criteria. So we go with mixture of refrigerants. Lot of companies are going with a lot of research. I think the day is not far, we will get a right refrigerant, but definitely that will not, will be the best refrigerant. There will be some pros and cons. We have to make a choice.
What about, since we talked about very briefly about the power consumption of these units, what is the industry doing to try and move towards using renewable sources of energy to drive the air conditioning? For example, we are a country which is blessed with more than 300 hours of sunshine, 300 days of sunshine every year. So is there a move to actually harness this, or are we looking at geothermal, are we looking at wind energy to drive air conditioning machines?
See, first of all, when we see in air conditioning, we have to study what are the loads which is coming in, which will constitute the designing of the capacity of the air conditioning units. The foremost, as a tropical country like us, we have to see that we do not have a huge west or east orientation, particularly with glazing. So when we try to reduce the capacity of the air conditioning units, you are having an energy efficient system, number one. Number two, such air conditioning units, many times we overlook is the outside air. We all take oxygen and give carbon dioxide. If you don't replenish with outside air, which mainly like, split units like high wall, we don't have it. So outside air is very important.
So in other words, what you're saying here is that air conditioning is not just about how cold you feel, how warm you feel, but it's about a lot of other things. Like for example?
Yes, it's not only temperature, humidity is very important.
All right.
For example, you are in Goa, you are in Bangalore, the temperature may be the same, but humidity makes the difference. So air conditioning controls.
So when you say humidity, you mean to say I could be sitting in a room like this, which is air conditioned, but I can still be sweating?
Yes, because
right?
what happens,
okay.
The air has more moisture. All our body keeps on sweating it out. We call it as perspiration. If air is having already moisture, it will not allow the sweat from the body to evaporate. When the sweat is not evaporating, the cooling is not happening. So air conditioning does that. When the RH is maintained at a low level, the evaporation takes from the body and cools the body. More than that, I was telling about oxygen, indoor air quality is maintained. If there is odor from outside, it has to be controlled. If there is a traffic from outside, that has to be controlled.
Right.
All these things does air conditioning, is handled by the air conditioning.
So you're saying that you need to bring in a certain amount of outside air,
yes,
which needs to be treated perhaps, because in many parts of the country you'll find that the outside air is perhaps not as good as the inside air.
Correct.
Because of various reasons, because of pollution and so on and so forth. So you're talking about filtration, and you're saying how much of outside air should be brought in so that people are able to breathe normally and don't have the same air being recycled all the time. That's exactly what you're saying.
Exactly what
so the industry is actually working towards this? Okay. And the other thing that I wanted to ask you also, what are the various challenges that you feel that the Indian HVAC industry or the Indian air conditioning industry faces?
See, mainly when we see buy an air conditioning unit, seldom people see the life cycle cost. We invested, for example, the good example is the printer. You invest on a printer, the cartridges are expensive. In the same way, when you buy an air conditioner, you have to see the life cycle cost. Life cycle cost means the first cost, the installation cost, the operating cost, and the maintenance cost. If all are not taken care, the cost may be less, but the running cost will be more. After some time, the maintenance cost will be ridiculously high. So we have to study that and take a decision. It will be good for the country, because 1 unit saved is 2 units produced. That's what I used to tell the audience.
Okay, so you're saying that the idea is that anybody who is investing in an air conditioning unit, whether it's for their home or for their office building, the thing is that you need to analyze the life cycle cost of the equipment that goes in. But my question is that where are we today in terms of the state of the art as far as the technology for these machines are concerned? Do we in India produce machines which are on par with the rest of the world, or are we lacking behind in terms of technology? Are we using the best kind of systems that are available worldwide so that we are able to offer our consumers the most energy efficient product?
See, as far as the equipments or products are concerned, India is very open. All the equipments which are available in any part of the globe, you can get it in India. That is as far as the unitary products are concerned. But as far as the big central plants are concerned, how to use that equipments properly? I was telling this outside air. Can we take the outside air through evaporative cooling without running the compression system? So that is what an engineer has to design there. How to use that? For example, solar power is available. You can have a solar operated refrigerant, air conditioner on that.
So how good is the basic engineering infrastructure in our country to be able to design and put these systems together so that the customer benefits?
Yes. We have good companies doing that. Plus there are good consultants, because you might have heard of a rating. Even Bureau of Energy Efficiency has a star rating for that. In the same way, there are agencies like LEED.
These are ratings for buildings?
Yes, that is for the buildings.
Right. Okay. So this actually tells you how energy efficient the building is. Yes. So it factors in various things, including air conditioning, perhaps. It factors in stuff like lights and so many other things that contributes to the total energy consumption of the building. But apart from that, in terms of, is there any other thing that really bothers you as a designer to say that, yes, I have the best of equipment, but maybe I don't have the right kind of infrastructure to put all this together? Is there a problem like that do you face in the industry?
You are really right. Unfortunately, good installers, good operators, good maintenance engineers, not only for air conditioning, you will see a civil business itself, civil industry itself, good masons are not available there. So probably, societies like ISHRE are working out to disseminate the knowledge and tell the importance of these manpower who is going to maintain it.
So what you talked about society like ISHRE. So what exactly does ISHRE do, and what kind of a society is that?
Yes, I would like to tell you what is ISHRE. ISHRE is Indian Society of Heating, Refrigerating and Air Conditioning Engineers there. The main objective of ISHRE is the dissemination of knowledge. The knowledge dissemination process is happening through workshops, seminar, panel discussions, then a lot of publications are there. So ISHRE also has a lot of affiliations with other societies, so that they work together. More than that, there are a lot of networking. So whatever is required for the industry is what societies like ISHRE work on, mainly to develop the manpower, develop the skill set, so that we are no way inferior to the globe.
Okay, so who can be a member of this society? I mean, can I be a member of the society?
Very
for instance,
much.
What's your
there
criteria?
There are various categories like membership in that. A graduate can become a member. With 2 years of experience, he will become a member. Otherwise, he will put as an associate member immediately. If he is a diploma holder also, he can be put into associate. If a person who is not qualified, but he has put his life into HVAC, he can become an affiliate member. After some years of his experience as an affiliate member, he can be upgraded into associate membership like that.
So maybe Nirmal, you want to tell our viewers if anybody watching this program is interested in air conditioning, connected with the industry, and if they want to sign up as a member, what do they do?
Definitely, they have to go to ISHRE, www.ishrehq.in is what they can log in.
And do you have a chapter in Goa?
Yes, we have chapters. We have 39 chapters and sub-chapter in the country.
Okay.
And I will add to that, we have to nurture the young blood. We have K to 12 activities, right from kindergarten to 12. We nurture the students to energy saving concepts, plus come into the infrastructure industry. Plus we have more than 200 odd student chapters at various engineering colleges as a student member at a very affordable rate of 350 rupees per annum.
This is for per student?
This is for students.
Okay. So do you have any student chapters in Goa?
Yes.
Okay.
We have student chapters.
Okay. So this is a good thing that people can actually find out. And tell me, does ISHRE as a society work with the government to ensure that all that you are talking about in terms of technology, in terms of practices, in terms of systems, the government is in some way able to incorporate those things in their policy making in terms of writing standards to ensure that the quality of equipments improve, the quality of systems improve? So do you actually work with the government?